Good day, students. Welcome to this JSS 1 Basic Science lesson on environmental pollution, its causes and effects. Pollution is one of the most serious environmental challenges facing Nigeria and the world. The Niger Delta has experienced devastating oil pollution. Lagos and Kano choke under heavy air pollution. Rivers across Nigeria are contaminated by industrial waste, plastic, and agricultural chemicals. Understanding pollution is the first step towards protecting our environment. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to define pollution and pollutants, classify the types of pollution, state the causes, effects, and control of air, water, land, and noise pollution, and relate environmental pollution to human health in Nigeria. Let us begin. Definitions. Pollution, the introduction of harmful substances, pollutants, into the environment in quantities that cause damage to living things, property, or the natural environment. Pollutant, any substance that causes pollution when introduced into the environment. Pollutants can be solid, liquid, gas, or energy, noise, heat, radiation. Natural versus human-made, anthropogenic, pollution. Natural, volcanic eruptions, ash and SO2, wildfires, animal decomposition. Human-made, main focus industrial activities, agriculture, transport, mining, waste disposal. Types of pollution. 1. Air pollution, contamination of the atmosphere with harmful gases, particles, or smoke. 2. Water pollution, contamination of surface water, rivers, lakes, or groundwater with harmful substances. 3. Land/soil pollution, contamination of land with solid waste, chemicals, or oil spills. 4. Noise pollution, excessive sound levels that harm health and well-being. Also, thermal pollution, hot water discharged into rivers, radioactive pollution from nuclear activities, not common in Nigeria but globally important. Air pollution. Causes: vehicle exhaust fumes, carbon monoxide, CO, nitrogen oxides, NO, hydrocarbons, industrial smoke and fumes, factories, cement plants, brick kilns, bush burning, widespread in Nigeria for farming, gas flaring in the Niger Delta, bans of natural gas. Nigeria was once the world's largest gas flarer. Generator fumes, common in Nigeria due to power outages. Most homes use petrol generators, cigarette smoke, deforestation, fewer trees to absorb CO2. Affects: respiratory diseases, asthma, bronchitis, lung cancer, eye irritation, acid rain. SO2 and NO react with rainwater. Sulfuric and nitric acid damages buildings, kills fish and plants. Smog, brown haze over Lagos and Kano. Global warming, greenhouse gases, CO2, methane, ozone layer depletion, CFCs from refrigerators and aerosols. Control: use of clean fuels, CNG, electric vehicles, catalytic converters, banning bush burning, gas utilization instead of flaring, tree planting, regulations on factory emissions. Water pollution. Causes: oil spills, Niger Delta, oil pipeline vandalism and equipment failure, industrial effluents discharged into rivers, domestic sewage and open defecation, agricultural runoff, fertilizers and pesticides, plastic and solid waste dumped in rivers and drainage channels, detergents and soap. Effects: death of aquatic organisms, fish kills, major problem in Niger Delta, eutrophication, excess nutrients from fertilizers cause algal bloom depletes oxygen. Fish diet, cold dead zones, waterborne diseases, cholera, typhoid, dysentery, guinea worm, major killers in Nigeria, contamination of drinking water, harm to fishing communities, Niger Delta livelihoods. Control: treat industrial effluents before discharge, reduce plastic waste, build proper sewage treatment plants, enforce oil spill cleanup regulations, SPDC, NDDC in Niger Delta, use less fertilizer, borehole sanitation education. Land pollution. Causes: improper solid waste disposal, open dump sites, e.g., Lagos landfills, Kano open dumps, use of synthetic pesticides and fertilizers, oil spills soaking into soil, mining operations, mining in plateau states, indiscriminate dumping of electronic waste, e-waste, burning of plastic waste. Effects: contamination of soil and groundwater, land rendered unproductive, cannot grow crops, harm to organisms that live in soil or earthworms, bacteria, leachate enters water bodies, visual pollution, lead poisoning from e-waste. Control: waste sorting and recycling, composting organic waste, proper landfill management, ban on open burning of waste, bioremediation, using microorganisms to clean up oil-contaminated soil, phytoremediation, using plants like sunflower to absorb heavy metals. Noise pollution. Causes: traffic, especially in Lagos and Kano, industrial machinery, generators, a uniquely severe problem in Nigeria, millions of generators run day and night, construction, loud music, clubs, churches, mosques, parties, aircraft, military activities. Effects: hearing loss/damage, especially chronic high-level noise, sleep disturbance, stress, anxiety, high blood pressure, communication disruption, wildlife disturbance, animals abandon habitats near noise sources. Control: insulation, mufflers on generators, zoning laws, industries away from residential areas, regulation of generator use hours, noise barriers on highways, personal hearing protection. 3 examination questions. Question 1. List 3 specific causes of water pollution in the Niger Delta and the effects on communities. Causes: A. Oil pipeline leaks and spills from vandalism and equipment failure. B. Industrial effluents from refineries and petrochemical plants. C. Illegal artisanal refining, local crude oil processing that produces toxic waste. Effects: destruction of mangrove forest and fish breeding grounds, mass fish kills devastating fishing livelihoods, contamination of drinking water, communities forced to drink polluted water, skin diseases from contact with oil-contaminated water, respiratory illness from burning oil. Question 2. Explain eutrophication. Eutrophication is the over-enrichment of a water body with nutrients, especially nitrogen and phosphorus from agricultural fertilizer runoff or sewage. This stimulates excessive growth of algae, the algal bloom. The algae cover the water surface, blocking sunlight from submerged plants. When the algae die and decompose, bacteria use up all the dissolved oxygen. This creates a hypoxic, low oxygen, dead zone where fish and other aquatic organisms cannot survive. Nigerian rivers near intensive farming areas or cities regularly experience eutrophication. Question 3. Give 3 ways that air pollution could be reduced in Nigerian cities. A. Replace petrol generators with solar panels or batteries, reduce the millions of tons of generator emissions. B. Improve public transport, BRT buses in Lagos already helping, or reduce individual car use. C. Stop gas flaring in the Niger Delta, capture and use the gas for electricity generation instead. 3 common mistakes. Mistake 1. Confusing pollution and littering. Littering is just leaving rubbish in the wrong place. Pollution is broader, it includes littering but also invisible contaminants like toxic chemicals, gases, and noise that cause measurable harm to the environment and health. All littering contributes to pollution, but pollution also includes industrial emissions, oil spills, and pesticide runoff that have no visible solid waste. Mistake 2. Thinking acid rain only affects cities. Acid rain travels far from its source. SO2 and NO from gas flaring in the Niger Delta or industry in Warri can form acid rain that falls hundreds of kilometers away, damaging forests and killing fish in seemingly clean rivers. Pollution crosses boundaries. Mistake 3. Saying ozone depletion and global warming are the same thing. Ozone depletion is caused by CFCs destroying the stratospheric ozone layer, which blocks UV radiation, linked to skin cancer. Global warming is caused by greenhouse gases, CO2, methane, trapping heat in the lower atmosphere linked to climate change. They are related environmental problems but have different causes and effects. Summary. Pollution, introduction of harmful substances, pollutants, into the environment. Types: air, vehicle fumes, gas flaring, generators, bush burning, respiratory disease, acid rain, global warming, water, oil spills, sewage, fertilizer runoff, fish kills, eutrophication, cholera, typhoid, land, waste dumping, oil spills, pesticides, contaminated soil, groundwater pollution, noise, generators, traffic, hearing loss, stress. Major Nigerian pollution issues: Niger Delta oil pollution, generator fumes in cities, open waste dump sites, river pollution from agricultural runoff. Control: clean energy, waste management, banning gas flaring, pollution monitoring and enforcement. For homework: A. Describe 2 forms of pollution visible in your community and their health effects. B. Explain eutrophication. C. List 3 effects of gas flaring on Niger Delta communities. Attempt a quiz on your LMS. Keep exploring the world around you. Visit Litech Academy at academy.litech.com.ng. Until next time.